In the shade, we're giving away the friends by our side. We'll seize the day, your turn to die. Emotions run high in this world of stories. Together we fly.
Welcome back to the shed.
Welcome back. Project Eden's Garden. Second part of the investigation. Let's just get right the fuck into it.
It says something about like there's an obvious woman's jacket right there.
Yeah. Nothing about them looks suspicious.
Besides the fact that it was there.
Exactly. That's its own suspicious.
That's a different one.
Wolfgang also had a pinup calendar in his room. This isn't what I should be focusing on during a murder investigation, even though it's so sexy. Fuck. An intricately patterned couch side by side with two red sofa chairs. Even the throw pillows seem to be arranged in just the right way. Do we just kind of talk to people? Is there nothing else that's important?
Yeah, for real. Looks.
It's kind of what it seems like.
That's green. Yeah, they're. And they're yellow.
They're the only guys, so yeah. Let's just do them.
We're not here for that. My ass.
Hey. Normally should be meeting my eyes.
I know you suspect me. I can tell by the look on your face. But I don't know anything about his death.
To be in the dark like everyone else. About a person she was so close to. Damn it, get a grip on yourself, Damon. Grace can claim to know nothing about the murder, but what about everything before it? So, I heard a rumor you became Wolfgang's new bunk buddy.
Rumor?
This room seemed to confirm that, because he was acting like he didn't know. He was eavesdropping.
Oh, right.
How was he this morning? Grumpy? Happy?
Sick. We were planning to go to the game tournament, but he woke up with an ache in his stomach.
He woke up sick? If you're telling me the truth and Wolfgang's plan to attend the tournament, why did he say the opposite yesterday? Admittedly, I am also a little hesitant about attending. I'm not sure if I will have the time for it. From what I remember, Wolfgang said he'd be too busy to attend a tournament.
More like he wanted another round at the pachinko machine. I would know. I interrogated him after breakfast.
What? That's seriously what he meant?
Uh-huh. Which was why I told him, hey, no, let's do this tournament. He was a bit finicky at first, typical for Soybean, but he eventually caved.
Wolfgang was a pachinko player? I'm not sure I can believe that. Then again, some of the paraphernalia in this room look neither good golf nor law-related. Jesus Christ. Alright, so based on what you're saying, Wolfgang agreed to attend a tournament yesterday. However, come this morning...
Wolfgang remembered the pirate was attending, so he suggested I track down that guy and partner with him instead.
Right, because you needed to bring a partner to the tournament.
Wolfgang. He knew I was miffed about it. His smile said as much. But I walked out the door anyway. Wolfgang said that he was too sick to get out of bed, so I walked away.
If Wolfgang really had been bedridden, how did he wind up in the boiler room? Either he didn't move or come of his own volition, I cannot read that, or he was never sick to begin with. By the look on her face, I could tell Grace realized the same. With all that said, it wasn't like Wolfgang to hide anything. For a guy who's so gung-ho about honesty, you'd think he would confide in the person he's closest to. Did the letter I find inside his blazer pocket have something to do with it?
Maybe.
At the bottom of the page, fragments of a message were still visible. Secret A15 and close the door. Oh yeah, he probably wanted to meet up with the dude. Doesn't this read a lot like a command? He was lying. While only a few words were legible, a lot could be gleaned from them. For example, that mention of a secret. Did the rest of the note elaborate on it? Or was the word alone enough to scare Wolfgang? Maybe he wanted to shield Grace from information even he couldn't handle. Or maybe he simply didn't want her to know.
Hmm.
Whatever the reason, Wolfgang Akire deliberately hid information from someone. Ironic, huh? Heh. Whoa,
Tolner?
what an asshole. Eloise was kneeling on the floor, sorting through Wolfgang's bedside ottoman with a serious look on her face. Hey, can we talk for a second? Okay. She closed the ottoman and stood up, now wearing the same nervous expression she always did. Is there something wrong? I want to know your whereabouts during Wolfgang's murder. Oh. When the murder happened, I was with Desmond in the courtyard. The courtyard? Yes? You can ask Desmond to confirm if you're confused. No, I'm fine. Let me just ask this. What were you doing during the blackout? Blackout? Yeah, you did experience it, right? No, I don't think there was ever a blackout. We were only alerted to the murder because of Tozu's announcement. I see. So, my theory was right. If Winona never experienced a blackout in the tree room, and Eloise never experienced a blackout in the courtyard, both those buildings must be connected to an entirely different power source. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now let's show him the taser, too.
Show him the... oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Damon?
Hey, can you check something out for me?
In here, or...
In the boiler room. I found a taser gun in there. I can't tell if it's been fired or not. I don't think it has, but I want to know for sure. Because if I'm wrong and this taser gun was used, it might clue us into the nature of Wolfgang's death.
What we're talking about here is oh, wait. Yeah, what we're talking about is that big a deal, huh?
Yeah, since you're skilled at using guns, I figured.
No sweat. I'll see to it once I'm down there. Done here. Fuck. Thanks for the heads up, Damon.
He's such a nice dude. Like, fuck, man.
Oh,
Well, if you have...
just these books, right?
Yeah, I think so. Huge wooden bookshelves filled to the brim with a catalog of books towered over the room. Skimming the titles, most seemed to be about the intricacies of the legal system. Although, some were about old court cases, rehashed with new evidence. Did Wolfgang really read any of these? Or were they all just for show? What else is there? Oh, the bear. Hey, after. A large toy bear adorned the bed. Something tells me this didn't belong in the room originally.
We'll play Pachinko.
Well, that's all I could find. Why was Grace so antsy about people entering? There didn't seem to be anything suspicious lying around here.
It's because their shirt's there, man.
In any case, true. Since I'm done here, I should head to the dining hall. I'm pretty sure that's where Ava said she was going. Well, go. Bro. This is wild. Oh, hey, Kai. Oh. As soon as I entered the room, Ava walked over to me.
Hello. I've just finished talking to everyone.
Anything important?
Nothing important. I don't think Jet and Mark are taking this seriously. This might end like the mock trial where only a couple people know what they're doing.
Does she really think so? While the information definitely didn't bode well for me, I couldn't afford to be discouraged by it. Not unless I want to die in this game. I'll see if I can make those two talk.
Good luck.
Thanks.
What are you crunching on, man?
No, chips. Lay's chips.
A lay chip.
Little snack.
Well,
Mark had returned to his position by the equipment. Hey, Desmond and Eloise told me you plan to investigate Wolfgang's dorm. Grace isn't guarding it anymore, so you can go inside now. Let me guess, you don't want to investigate? I just came here to make sure my interface wasn't damaged.
That's crazy.
This investigation could spell the difference between life and death, yet his priority was his stupid music equipment. Don't you think it looks suspicious, what you're doing? Hmm? I heard people are already giving Grace the side-eye for being uncooperative. What might they say if they find out you've ditched the investigation?
Yo, hold on.
Jet called out to us from the other side of the room and ran over.
Can't you see Broski isn't feeling well? Give the guy some space.
I don't care. I'm working on a time limit. Who are you to talk anyways?
Yeah?
Judging by the look on Broski's face whenever you guys are together, out of everyone here, I think you know the least about personal space.
What? No way. Sure, Mark might not talk a whole lot, but if he wasn't having fun, do you really think we'd be hanging out so much? Come on, Broski, back me up here.
Fine.
Huh?
What time did the murder happen? 9:35 a.m.? Check this. He pointed to a small digital clock at the top of the music pad. Huh? This is the time of the murder. It was like this when I came back here. I think the clock got screwed over by the blackout. So now it's frozen on whatever it was displayed before it lost power. Then that confirms my suspicions. The blackout, and by association, the destruction of the generator, occurred at the time of Wolfgang's murder. Nice. Good call, Mark.
Nice going, bro. You hit the jackpot. Bet it's 'cause I was here with you, huh?
Ugh. Sheesh. This was getting hard to watch. Oh my god.
Mr.
You
Kai.
guys suck. Hey, Kai. Kai. Shit. Why didn't Tozy fix the blackout himself? Is the maintenance of this place seriously our responsibility? The fridge and pantry are restocked every day, though. Can't things just be consistent? Whining aside, he made a good point. Why didn't Tozy fix the blackout? Thinking back on his spiel from earlier.
The tablet's information has been divulged in such a way that both the killer and Spotless have equal chance of success.
Did Tozu abstain from fixing the blackout because it was important to the killer? They could easily make their escape if no one would see anything. Oh yeah, Damon, since you're here, I've been thinking really hard about those footsteps we heard. What, when we were in the storage closet? Yeah. They were soft, right? Like the person was wearing socks? Now that you mention it, it did sound like socks on a hard floor. Of all things to be right about, it has to be this? What do you mean? I mean, why didn't the killer just wear shoes? Think about it. The sound of something like heels would be pretty distinct, right? Or what about sneakers? They got really squeaky on a smooth floor. And what I'm saying is, you could totally figure out the shoe from the sound it makes. And if you know what shoes the killer had on, you could just look for the person with matching pair. But socks? Anyone could be wearing socks.
Pretty sure everyone.
The person. Exactly. The person probably removed their shoes for that reason. Ugh, just our luck. Yeah. Worth a shot, though.
Is it me, or is there something funky about this place?
What?
I don't know, man.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, please. I don't.
Sorry.
I don't know, man. Everything feels kind of off. I can't place why though. And it's bugging the crap out of me.
Sounded like he just felt uncomfortable being here. I guess I can't blame him. But the turn things have taken, the tension and excitement of the tournament was all but a distant memory.
For real.
And this room was now a reminder Wolfgang died right under our noses. Bro. Ava, you got anything?
This might end like a yeah.
Oh, Ava, this is so good. Fuck. Oh my god,
Oh,
Ava, you have
Ava.
one. Oh my god. Wow. May as well skim through the kitchen just in case.
Oh my god, there's a note that says I did it. Signed
No
by-
way! Diana Venetia! Looking inside the cabinets, there didn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary. Except... Huh?
A knife missing.
This knife block. Had a knife missing from it? For a kitchen knife to go missing at the same time a knife is found floating in the boiler room water. That can't be a coincidence.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I get. I didn't
Something
see
else?
anything.
Maybe the board?
It's green though. Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, this is like the last thing I think. Cassidy had clearly spent a lot of time doodling this. She must be upset that we didn't even finish a single round. The first time people have a get-together, and they're interrupted by a murder. Thinking back on it, the game tournament and the murder happened really close to each other.
Yeah, at the same time, man.
Yeah, the former began at 9 a.m., while the latter occurred at 9:35 a.m. That's within the same hour. Taking a look at the whiteboard. Yeah, I can see why the killer chose to attack so soon. 8 potential witnesses all situated in one place, too preoccupied with video games to notice the world around them. It couldn't be a more perfect time to strike.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Good. Huh?
Oh my, would you look at the time? I dare say we ought to get this trial started soon. How does 20 minutes from now sound? Great? Great. Please continue to investigate until then. See you later.
Bye-bye. What? There's only 20 minutes until the trial?
Damon.
Ah! Jesus, how does she keep scaring me?
The investigation is almost over. We need to find the other 3 and hear their testimonies.
The other 3?
Toshiko, Ingrid, and Diana.
Alright, calm down. Desmond said they were in the courtyard, right?
And Diana's in the laundry room.
Then let's talk to Diana first, since the laundry room is in the same building. In the meantime, don't panic, okay?
You're the one panicking. I'm not panicking.
As she said that, she motioned for me to follow her to the door. Ava might deny it, but the anxiety which had been bubbling up inside her was clearly starting to boil over. Although, with how fast my own heart was beating, I guess she's not alone. Alright, let's find
Shucks.
Diana. Go laundry room! Keeps scaring the shit out of me, man. Ah! Sorry, I fought her. She's so fucking scary.
She's terrifying. She's a
Look at her.
presence to be terrified of. Hurry up! Oh,
Oh.
that was a little rude, Ava.
Yeah. Nobody apologize.
I'm kind of really fucking
Like, we're fine, bro. Like, I'm eating
Fucking
chips. Like, you know, back in debate class, this was actually my favorite chip brand. We used to debate about it all the time.
debaters are us.
Yeah, that's where I used to train. Or she should be in here. Alright. Desmond's telling the truth. Then Diana should be in here.
Hello, weirdo.
Hello.
Hello, murderer.
Murderer! This can't be happening. This can't be happening. Diana was standing with her back pressed up against the wall, arms wrapped around herself in a tight embrace. She didn't even worse shape than before. Diana, I need to ask you a question. Please, give me a moment. It's been kind of tough.
The investigation is going to end really soon. We can't wait.
Okay. Sorry. Where were you during the blackout? Oh. The blackout. Right before the body was discovered. I was just in my room. Alone. Doing my makeup.
You don't have any makeup on, though.
I was experimenting with new combinations, so I whipped it all off already. So you were alone in your room the entire morning? Yeah, I just wasn't feeling up to it. Sorry, I'm feeling a little sick all of a sudden. Do you mind if I go back to my dorm? I've asked all the questions I wanted to. Thanks. Oh, thanks. Shit.
Do you think she was acting weird at all?
No weirder than the others. Anyway, since Diana gave a testimony, I can cross her off my list now. Which means the only people I still need to speak to.
I hope Ingrid and Toshiko are still in the courtyard.
We won't know until we see for ourselves. Alright, let's go. Before his investigation ends.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, tough crab.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Get me out of here!
Get me
Oh,
out of
shit, you're
here!
peeved, bro. You're peeved.
Yeah,
You're peeved. Hey, girl.
Oh, real girl. Shit. Like, damn.
I don't want to talk right now.
Yeah? Well, I don't want to talk right now!
Sorry,
You
man.
stupid blang bitch! Huh?
Sorry, ma'am.
You know, she always, like, bleh. Like, that noise is so
Bleh.
fucked up. It's like, bleh.
Eto,
Bleh. Diana's voice actress's name on the Prodigy and Guard server is hashtag #WhenNation. Toshiko and Ingrid have retreated under the bandstand. That's just... Listen, buddy. That's it, at the center of the courtyard. The larger girl was comforting the smaller girl, who had completely hidden her face under the fan.
like normal.
Yeah, like normal. Hey, have either of you been investigating?
No! Investigating?
Yeah, that's how I decide your worth. Toshiko lured her fan to
Low-key.
reveal a
High-key.
pair of puffy eyes. High key outside your word.
I don't know. What are you expecting me to do?
To look for clues?
Clues? How am I meant to do that? It's not like I've ever had to solve a murder before, you know. My hands have been a bit full, so no luck finding any clues.
I can see why.
Okay, well, did you at least notice anything suspicious this morning? It could have been a person acting odd or a strange sound. That's what the most real-life testimonies talk about anyway. A person acting odd? Maybe not all the time, but looking back, it definitely seems a little strange. Do you want to tell him, Toshiko? Okay, fine. This morning, I saw Wolfgang.
Huh?
When did you see him? In the dorm hallway, on my way back from the pharmacy.
The dorm hallway?
I was just about to enter my room. I saw Wolfgang leave his.
Wolfgang Crumbs.
Oh, Wolfgang. What a coincidence, running into each other like this.
Are you already on your way to the tournament, Miss Kyra? It's rather early.
Of course not. A professional like myself knows better than to attend some silly party.
Right. My apologies.
Silly. Oh, sorry. What about you? Are you going to the tournament?
That's correct. I'm going to the tournament. I'm just heading to the laundry room right now. There's a batch of clothes I accidentally left behind in there.
Liar.
Pants on fire. Wolfgang said he was going to attend the tournament?
Yesterday he told everyone that he was too busy to attend. I assumed he changed his mind. I had no reason to question him. I heard bits and pieces of the conversation from inside my dorm. The whole thing couldn't have lasted longer than a minute. Toshiko and I are bunk buddies, by the way. Thought I'd mention that in case Damon didn't know.
Okay, thanks.
Anyways, when I heard what Wolfie said, my first thought was leftover clothes. I don't remember any leftover clothes.
Yeah.
But I figured I must have been misremembering. That with my aching head and all.
Aching head?
I was suffering a terrible headache this morning. Couldn't even see 2 steps in front of me, let alone get up from my bed. That's why I gone to the pharmacy. I was hoping to procure some medication for Ingrid. Not my proudest moment, I'll admit, but I knew I could trust Toshiko with the job. Do you know what time the interaction with Wolfgang happened? 10 past 8, I think. The conversation happened just a little after the morning announcement. That I can tell you with confidence. Yes, 10 past would make sense. When the announcement initially played, I was about to leave the pharmacy.
So, she was already inside the pharmacy by 8 a.m. So, Wolfgang, he looked totally fine when you saw him?
Yes. Nothing seemed awry.
Huh. Doesn't that call into question what Grace told me earlier? Either Grace lied to me about Wolfgang calling in sick, or she was telling the truth and he lied. Yeah, Wolfgang just got outed as a liar. I can probably deduce answers if I know what time Grace left for the game tournament. If she left for 8:10 a.m., then she would have already been out of the picture by the time Wolfgang made his move. Hence why she only remembers him in bed. However, if she left after 8:10 a.m., then she would have been there for Wolfgang's encounter with Toshiko. Which means she lied about Wolfgang being bedridden during the period of time she was in the dorm. Funny how she never gave me a time.
What else happened after Toshiko saw Wolfgang? That blackout sure gave us a spook. Toshiko and I decided to stay where we were until the lights got turned on. Though I did watch you and your buddies pass by.
You saw that?
Watch? I heard it first, then took a peek. I would have said something, but I still wasn't feeling my usual self. So we watched you up until you went down the stairs. That must have been how you found this crime scene, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Such a terrible sight. I can't believe someone here may actually be behind it.
Let's just hope we can solve it.
Hmm.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's...
Alright, everyone. That's time. Please drop whatever you're doing and proceed over to the Tree of Ignorance. Don't make me wait too long. Otherwise, you'll be in for a shocking surprise. Get it? Because your trinkets can zap you? Anyway, just gonna move on.
Okay.
It's time. You two go on ahead. Toshiko and I'll catch up. Alright, let's go, Damon.
Right. Let's get it on.
Oh my god.
Let's get it on.
We didn't even
Get in
talk to
there.
Winona at all?
We talked right at the beginning.
Oh, that's right.
Even I made the short trek to the room with the tree. Once there, we waited for the others to arrive.
Hey, yo, I think Wolfgang's missing.
Yeah. Eventually, everyone had shown up. So, how are you guys feeling?
Words couldn't do it justice. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty bad.
I can't tell you how I feel. When I don't even know what I feel.
I'd rather we save the talking for the trial. The trial. In just a few moments' time, we were going to be down there. Down there in the trial room, fighting for survival, using only our words. Damn it, Damon, get a grip already. Before the door in the tree opens, I need to ask Desmond if he has any new information about the taser gun. Hey.
Hey.
His voice was steady, but his eyes kept darting around the room. Did you check the taser?
Right, I did.
Any findings?
Just one.
The gun's blast doors are missing.
Blast... what?
Oh.
Uh-huh. All of a sudden, the ground.
Oh no, not again.
Hold on to something, everyone!
On the
Here
what?
comes the big tree!
We bring the boom!
Oh, the elevator. Oh, shit. Oh my god.
The Tree of Knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition, and understanding, exists here only as a barren replica. The Tree of Ignorance emulates the wonder of nature but does not achieve it. Justly so, blah blah blah.
Yup. Damn it.
Well, I guess we gotta cut the conversation short. I'll explain everything during the trial. Let's not keep this guy waiting.
Oh man. This is really happening. We're so screwed. We're totally gonna die.
If you go in expecting to fail, the chances are you will.
I'm gonna think of failure even more because you said that.
Look at it this way. Who here are the cards more stacked against? 14 people working together to solve a murder, or one person trying to lead everyone else astray? If everyone's in for a struggle, it ain't the group of 14.
You make a good point. Statistically, the odds are in our favor here. Exactly. Luck will be on our side.
If luck was on our side, we wouldn't be in a killing game to start with.
I did it.
Can I say something first? Before we go? Oh, what is it? It's a message for the killer.
For yourself.
A message for the killer? The person here who killed Wolfgang. Whoever you are, can you please step forward? Huh? We don't have to do this. This class trial. If you could just find it in yourself to step forward and bring this whole thing to an end already, then please. Despite Diana's pleas, no one came forward. If someone's determined enough to commit murder, they won't back down because of one person's pleas.
Since we're on the subject, I also got a message for the killer. Don't forget that the punishment fits the crime, asshole. Enjoy the fucking death penalty.
So pissed. Grace spat out those words and disappeared into the opening of the tree. She's so cool. Co-signed.
Yo, broski, wait up.
One by one, people began to follow suit. I guess it's time to go. Shit. We knew where the stairs would take us, and when the elevator afterwards would deliver us. But everything beyond that was shrouded in uncertainty.
Damn it.
There was no mock trial awaiting us, no faux murder designed to waste our time with a stupid mystery. This was undoubtedly real. Come on, Damon, get a hold of yourself already. Taking a deep breath, I approached the opening in the tree and descended into the darkness. It was the same. The same elevator, the same slow churning of metal, and echoing sounds of clunky machinery. And yet, something was different. Someone was gone. Someone who I never held in high regard, but who was still a person, nonetheless. A person with feelings, a person with aspirations, a person with a family. A person or I will never hear speak again. Not a single word.
Damn.
Her hair is so white on the bottom, I didn't even realize. Am I ready for this? Was what I did during the investigation the best I could have done? Will it be enough to carry me through this trial? Will it be enough to lead me to Wolfgang's killer? I won't know until I do it. Until I face this trial head on. There's no way I can place my faith in the other people here. There's no way they'll come to the correct conclusion. Our survival depends on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, bud. The elevator began to slow, snapping me back to reality. I adjusted my tie and stood up tall, and when movement stopped completely, the doors in front of us opened.
Ding dong, bing bong.
Ding dong, bing bong.
Somebody call an ambulance. I think I've caught the case of deja vu. It feels like only yesterday we were playing detective with the corpse of a crime scene. My, how,
I don't know what that word is. Insouciant?
yeah, how
Insouciant?
insouciant and chipper so many of you used to be. After all that back and forth over a simple howdunit mystery, I'm truly curious what today's trial will yield. Just to remind myself, our names are on the podiums, right? Eager to start, are we? Yes. To find your podium, just look at the way your name is written. Come on now, hop to it. I'm so excited. I can barely wait a second longer.
I really don't want to do this. We gotta do as he says, though. Otherwise, that enforcer lady might get mad. Knowing we were powerless to disobey Tozu, we began to disperse and locate our podiums. It's okay, everyone. If we work together, we can do this. Right, guys? If we work together, we can solve this case. So, come on, let's do this! For Wolfgang! Although her words elicited nods from the other students, the expressions on their faces told a different story. If it was an expression I couldn't help but feel conflicted over, in a moment where I shouldn't have been focusing on my feelings. An expression of unmistakable fear.
Damn.
For days now, I've been angry over the mock trial. Angry at how much people resented me for telling the truth, how they twisted my words and assumed my intentions. I'm angry, but that didn't mean I wanted to be right. I would have been happy for reality to prove me wrong, for no one to buckle under the pressure of the killing game. But good endings like that only exist in stories. Reality was apathetic to what we wanted, and the events of today proved we were at its mercy. So I stood there, at my podium, conflicted. To think this tragedy could have been avoided had people just listened to me. But who was it that encouraged everyone to turn on me? Who was it that encouraged everyone to trust each other? If Wolfgang hadn't been so naive, if he just told people to protect themselves rather than each other, then maybe he would still be here. Regardless, I can't let myself be consumed by my
What ifs?
nervousness. Yeah, what ifs, okay. Although the others may have failed at preventing Wolfgang's murder, I, at the very least, can solve it. I'll uncover the killer, let them face the consequences of their actions. I'll solve this case and survive. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
Hell
How
yeah.
long have you been recording?
We got like 5 or 10 more minutes.
Alright, word. Then let's just do the beginning.
We don't need to look at anything. We're good.
Yeah, let's just get right into it.
Yes, trial in session.
We made it to the trial, y'all. I'm scared.
Let's get this started, shall we? Welcome back to the trial grounds, everyone. Unlike previously, today will be no circus, no mockery woven with stitches and needles. A true, fair, and proper trial will commence. A battle of wits between the blackened and the spotless. I doubt I have to explain the rules to you again, but even so, you must vote for who you believe is the blackened. If the blackened receives a majority of votes, they will be punished, and the rest of you will resume your killing game experience. However, if you vote for the wrong person, then expect no sympathy from your hosts. All spotless students will be students will meet a tragic end, while the blackened will be granted release from this academy. Happy discussing. We pray for your survival and success.
Can someone please break the silence? Ugh, I don't want to talk about this.
Wolfgang deserves justice, but putting everyone's lives on the line like this is just cruel.
Oh crap! Without a lawyer, we're totally screwed!
Whenever I turn my head, I keep expecting to see him at his podium. Don't cry, Toshiko. He's in a better place now, you hear? Whichever one of you sick bastards did this, whatever it takes, no matter if I have to kick the brains out of every single person here, I'll find you.
Do you really gotta resort to violence?
Let's just stay calm, okay? Making peace with our situation is, the first step in handling it.
How the hell can I stay calm when there's a killer on the loose? That bastard is watching us right now, fully content putting our lives on the line. Is that what you call peace? Being at the mercy of some dickhead silent observer?
Well, nobody knows for sure if the killer is even a silent observer. If anything, the killer might try to feign innocence through other means. For instance, pretending to be outspoken about the case. Huh?
What the? Are you accusing me of something?
I mean, what you did during the investigation seems really suspicious.
Oh.
She's through, though. She's right.
Huh? What did Grace do?
She stood in front of Wolfgang's dorm room and wouldn't let anyone go inside. Intentionally or not, it really hindered our investigation.
Because of Grace, almost everyone who planned to investigate Wolfgang's dorm gave up and went elsewhere. It was only after some of us started protesting that she finally relented. You know, for someone who seems so adamant about finding Wolfgang's killer, it's odd she tried to conceal potential evidence.
I'm not saying Grace is definitely the killer. I just think we should be cautious of her. She has an alibi, though. Huh? Grace couldn't have murdered anyone, because she went to the game tournament. Grace attended the tournament? Does that rule her out from committing the murder? Well, yeah, we had to be at the dining hall by 9 a.m.-ish, which was, like, half an hour before the murder. Nobody left the tournament after it started, either. Nobody I know of, anyway.
There weren't many of us there. Had someone disappeared, it would have been obvious.
So, Grace is off the hook? Wow, the plot thread resolved itself quicker than I anticipated.
So Jean, Grace, and Kai attended Cassidy and Jet's game tournament.
And me.
And Mark. Damon and I also attended the tournament.
No one likes you, Mark.
We can also vouch for Grace. You guys aren't lying, are you?
Lying? About Grace? What the heck? Are you seriously doubting 8 testimonies?
If the 8 of you really were together when Wolfgang was discovered, then Kai doesn't contradict what... then Kai, doesn't that contradict what you said before the investigation? You told everyone that you and Damon found Wolfgang first. How is that possible you guys never left the dining hall?
Yeah.
What happened here?
Damon and me, we just found him like this. I never said I didn't leave the dining hall. But earlier you told us you were with the other attendees.
That's because us partygoers left the dining hall together.
Mm-hmm. When the blackout struck, the tournament folk joined arms and headed down straight downstairs. I would know. I would. Oh my god. I saw him.
There was a blackout.
You don't remember? Actually, I don't recall a power outage either.
How can that be? Did an alternate timeline converge with ours? Why is it that some people can recall a blackout, but not others? Thinking back on the testimonies I've collected, I could probably make an educated guess. Oh, we know.
Oh,
we
we
know.
know.
We
Separate
got it.
generators.
Yup, it's actually separate generators. Thanks, voice in my head. The reason not everyone experienced the blackout is because only the building containing our dorms was affected. If I had to guess, the courtyard and tree area are connected to a separate power source. So the tournament attendees were affected, yet they left the dining hall? Why not stay put until the power returned? Because we were the ones who brought it back! It didn't seem like the power was being restored anytime soon, so we took up the challenge of fixing it ourselves. And just our luck, boom! We found a spare generator lying in one of the storage closets. Of course, then we found Wolfgang.
She's right. The 8 of us split into 4 pairs and inspected a storage room each.
Because of the Tozu trinket map, we knew which ones too. Ava and Grace checked storage closet A, Jet and I checked storage closet B, Damon and Kai checked storage closet C, and Jean and Mark checked storage closet D.
Yeah, I was with Grace. She can confirm being with me, too. Yeah, we were together.
Oh, I didn't realize. I'm so sorry for what I said earlier.
Sorry? You're sorry for accusing me of murder? Sorry doesn't cut it. You're conniving, two-faced bitch.
Oh
If
my
you really want
God.
my mercy, then you should get on your knees and beg for it.
Whoa. Uncool, dude. Hang on. Even if you are involved in Wolfgang's murder, you must know something about his last known whereabouts.
What makes you think she'd be privy to that?
You see, there's proof Grace spent last night with Wolfgang.
Oh, Grace and Lawyer Man? Talk about an unexpected pairing.
When I investigated Wolfgang's room, I saw a bunch of golfing equipment inside. Also, there was a blue woman's jacket tossed over the mantle of Wolfgang's bed. Blech.
He's right. I also saw the equipment and the clothes.
The clothes are understandable, maybe. But why was golfing equipment in the room?
Yo, little history, dude. Wolfgang must have split the beans with you, right?
Why would Ulysses know anything?
Common courtesy. If you're gonna have a one-night stand, you gotta let your roommate know in advance.
That's insane.
Common courtesy also says you should watch your mouth around children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I'm getting this right. Ulysses is bunking with Wolfgang.
Well, we only shared a dorm for one night. You aren't bunking with him anymore? Let me provide some context. As you may remember, after Desmond suggested everyone bunk together, the male students were directed into the dining hall. Once there, we played rock, paper, scissors to determine who would partner with who. Jet partnered with Mark, Desmond with Jean, Damon with Kai, and I with Wolfgang. Those were the pairings at the time. However, the following day, Grace and I agreed to swap rooms.
Yeah? Why'd you do that?
For reasons.
Totally not suspicious. It was a win-win situation. I get Grace out of my hair. She gets me out of hers.
So, you two were originally bunking together.
The pairings were decided via game of tic-tac-toe. I wasn't big on my partner being chosen for me, so when the opportunity arose to change that, I did.
Thus, I became Winona's roommate, and Grace became Wolfgang's.
Can confirm, I watched the whole thing play out.
Since the room swap happened the night after we implemented the bunk buddy system, that would mean Grace and Wolfgang have been bunking for about a day and a half. Ugh, gross. In that case, Desmond was right about those two being together last night. Grace, did Wolfgang act strange at any point? Like maybe he said something that struck out to you, or... Oh, maybe he had trouble getting to sleep? No, nothing weird happened last night. Nothing happened last night, but...
But...
The morning of the murder, this morning, Wolfgang told me he felt sick.
Huh? Sick?
With a stomach ache. It hurt so bad he couldn't get out of bed. I was gonna cancel my plans for today, but he convinced me to attend the tournament. So, I left the room right after the morning announcement. And yes, I'm talking about the game tournament, the same one Wolfgang acted all hesitant about attending. Newsflash, I changed his mind after breakfast yesterday.
Hold on a sec. That ain't what you told me this morning.
What did Grace tell you?
Simply put, she felt like competing. Grace knew I planned to compete as well, and so she asked me to be his sparring partner, since you needed one to enter the tournament.
She withheld information.
Aye, that she did. Of course, since now I know Wolfgang's condition at the time, I can't say I blame her. If someone you cared for was in a vulnerable position, why would you go around and admit that in a killing game? No, you would try to protect that person by saying nothing at all. When you put it that way, man, sounds rough.
I think it's obtuse.
I think your forehead's up too.
Huh?
My five head can hear you. Say we assume the best of Grace.
I have
She
a
withheld
sonar.
information, not to trick anyone. I have a sonar on top of my head. You can't see it because of my hair. But to protect someone she cares about. What, then, should we make of the glaring contradictions in her testimony?
The hell you mean contradiction?
If your bunking partner was too ill to make the short trek to the dining hall, how did he walk all the way to the boiler room?
Good point. If Wolfgang really were bedridden, he would have stayed in his room.
Now that you mention it, to reach the underground floor, wouldn't Wolfgang need to descend, like, 4 flights of stairs?
Is it that many stairs?
Yeah, it's like 4 different rows of stairs.
Oh.
It's nothing for a healthy person, but for a guy who's supposedly really sick,
It's not my fault it doesn't make sense. It's just what
True.
Wolfgang told me.
yeah, didn't we decide Grace wasn't the killer anyway? That's not to say she doesn't know more than she's letting on.
I'm not withholding anything else. Leave me alone.
Is there more to the story than Grace is telling us? Too many people are letting their emotions cloud their judgment. I need to solve this mystery and set things straight.
Non-stop debate.
Yeah, I'm feeling it now.
Fresh Quest Game Tournament Timeline Tozu Tablet number 2.
Holy shit.
Why don't I know the truth?
Why didn't you say the truth, Grace? I'll try.
I've got nothing else to explain. The last I saw Wolfgang, it was in our dorm room.
Okay, hear me out. Secret hallways. We would have found those already. Maybe Wolfgang was carried by the. Oh.
Never told Grace.
He was sick. No,
I wouldn't lie about what he said.
Yeah, that's true. What if Wolfie? Oh. Major discrepancy in Grace's testimony, but is she necessarily at fault for that?
I assume it's.
what are our
I assume
bullets?
it's Toshiko's fetch quest. and
Yeah,
then-
Toshiko's fetch quest for the agreeal with Desmond, I think. Secret hallways. I really like Mark. I feel like Mark is such a good, like, character to stick around because he just kind of sits there and disagrees with people. It's so funny. He's like just a little catty bastard. Chris has some kind of. Ooh. Sorry.
Well, I know it's not secret hallways.
Wait, but get this. Secret hallways.
Wolfgang never told Grace.
That can't be cap.
Elevator.
Let me...
Elevator. Elevator doesn't make sense because then you have to. Yeah, I can't look up the walk through this one without getting spoiled.
Yeah, no, I got you, boss. Let's see. No, I have to say. I'll just look at the video walkthrough. Hang on. Because I'm a goat like that. Yes, we are losers. Yes, we use walkthroughs. What about it?
Only for the shed though.
Only for the shed. Only for the shed. Only for the shed. I think this is where... Oops. Yeah. Okay, I'm at the point. Let me see what they do. It was... Toshiko's fetch quest on... Hey, no, wait, hold on. Hold on. What do they shoot with it? They shoot Diana's. Maybe Wolfgang was carried. And Toshiko's fetch quest.
Oh, duh.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense now that I think about it. Oh, we are so fucking stupid. Boom! No, that's wrong! Wait, he wouldn't sound like that. Sorry.
No, that's wrong, you idiot.
No, that's wrong. Yeah.
You know what?
Oh wait, we should probably cut it, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we'll find out why. We'll find out why it's wrong in the next episode.
Yeah, I'm too fucking invested. Yeah, see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.